Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Lord, the Underdog Views, and I watched Paranormal Activity. You see me looking away for a bit from time to time, but that's because I'm putting something on my hard drive. My external hard drive. But I watched Paranormal Activity with the tagline, "What happens when you sleep?" And I have some points to talk about. Before I forget one of the points, because I don't have any space left, I want to talk about the ending first. And spoilers, obviously, that it's gonna come through the whole review. I don't know which ending I got. You know? Because I'm now on IMDb, because I'm also gonna read you some trivia at the end. I've had here's the in the original ending, when the cops are heard entering the house downstairs, the light in the room across from Katie and Mika's is turning on and then off for a few seconds. Well, I didn't hear any cops. I didn't see any light, so it was probably not the original ending. Or do they mean no? Because no, that's not what. Yeah, and here the second one. The knife Mika is wielding when talking to Katie during the making dinner scene at the beginning of the movie is the same knife as he is killed with in the alternate ending. But is it like from wait, did I just miss that part? I have to go. You know what? I'm going back for a bit and then we'll see if I missed it. Alright, I didn't miss it. Here said it too. There were 3 endings to this movie. In all 3 of them, the camera stays in one place. The first original ending, Katie has the original ending has Katie waking up, standing by the bed, then going downstairs. Then she calls Mika in panic. Mika goes downstairs screaming and worrying. Then we hear him freaking out, and then quiet. Someone is going upstairs. It reveals to be Katie with a bloody shirt and a knife in her hand. She sits by the bed, rocking back and forth. Then that go by quickly. Her friend comes to visit her house, where we hear her downstairs freaking out about Mika dead on the floor, and she leaves. The police arrive at the house. 2 cops see the body, go upstairs, find Katie, and then she snaps out of it, panics, where's Mika? While police tell her to drop the knife, she doesn't, and they shoot her to death. The second, the theatrical Blu-ray ending, has Katie waking up, standing by the bed. The blanket pulls off 2 hours. She goes down, screams. He goes down, kill them. When she goes back up, Mika throwing at the camera. The camera falls. Mika on the ground, on the floor. Katie down on the floor, look at him, turn to the camera, scream. Becomes demonic, screams as her face demonic for a second. The camera goes to black. That one, I've had that one. But the third alternate ending is very similar to the original one up until kills Mika downstairs. After she comes back, closes the door, approaches the camera, and slices her own throat with the knife she killed Mika with. See, there are so many endings, you know? Because this one, yeah, like I read, the second one, the knife, Mika at the beginning, same knife as he killed at the alternate ending. You know, that's probably the knife that she uses for herself. That's probably the alternate thing. Here, and in the original ending, that's weird. What do you mean original ending? Yeah, wouldn't the theatrical Blu-ray release not be the original ending? I would think you use that as the original ending because that's what people saw in the theaters. I'd think, and I've also read about a fourth ending that was not filmed, where apparently she corners Mika into a corner, and with the camera that his precious camera, she bloodies him to death, bludgeons him to death in a POV shot that we basically see him being killed with. Seeing, that basically POV of him, of the camera, hitting him every time, spread the camera and then hitting him every time, That's the fourth unfilmed ending because it was too hard or whatever, But okay, this now makes sense because this was a very large part that I hadn't read yet from the trivias. So this makes more sense from which ending I got. But let's just start with the movie because I haven't done the movie yet. We're done this first. So let's just start with the movie. We see television with music on. The music is on it like MTV, but I don't think it was MTV. The original MTV, not the MTV that we have right now with Sex on the Beach and of X on the Beach. I mean, not Sex on the Beach. That's a cocktail. With X on the Beach and all that crap, that we have right now on MTV. I don't watch television anymore, but it. Oh, Jesus! I thought for a second that I didn't that I missed a must. Why is my mustache here darker than it's here? It looks like it. I'm missing a corner. Anyway, the camera turns to the left. We see the staircase, and the person, Mika, sets 2 steps. Next thing that we see is him filming himself in the mirror. Jesus, something is tickling my nose. And Jesus Christ, what a big camera, That's just one of the points that I was going to talk about. But how expensive, if you have seen the movie and you have seen the camera, how expensive is a camera like that right now? Not back in 2000. What was it? 2007. But I mean right now. Probably a couple $1,000, isn't it? Maybe even 5,000, maybe. I don't know. It looks like a very expensive camera. So he's filming himself in the mirror, and next thing that we see is him pointing up to the second floor. He's standing in front of the stairs. The stairs go, like that and then like that. So he's standing here in front of both stairs. You have here the stairs in the back here, and he's standing here. The stairs, he's standing here. Standing in front of the stairs, and with the camera pointing up, looking at, like I said, the second floor. We're now in the kitchen, and we're seeing him grabbing the phone because the phone is ringing. We have POV, and we see his arm come into screen, come on screen, and he says, "Hey babe, what's up?" Next thing that we see is kind of standing in front of the front door, in front of that fly door, that you have on the inside, he opens that, and he opens the front door, and we see a white convertible driving up, and then comes driving up onto the drive-up. apparently, we also we got the place and date. We're in San Diego, California, on September 18th, 2006. And funny thing is, today, if you've seen this, maybe in a couple of years, today it's the 22nd of September, 2025, but still the 22nd. If I watched this movie 4 days ago, it would be fine. It would be fun. But yeah, I'm also gonna leave that because if you want to know what's gonna happen next, watch the movie yourself. And you also got already the bit of the ending that I got. And otherwise the alternate endings. Anyway, I have some points to talk about. I'm not totally blind to this movie. Obviously, I've heard of Paranormal Activity. I never watch it because I don't like paranormal shit. I don't fuck with paranormal shit. I don't like it. By the way, we can't be friends if you use a Ouija board. Or you own one. Or there's just one in your house. We can't be friends. Or I won't come over. Fuck no. Dude, I don't fuck with those things. Ever. Don't care if it's real or not. I just don't fuck with it. By the off chance that it's real and shit goes down, I don't want to be the person when shit goes down, So I don't fuck with those things. But like I said, I'm not totally blind to this movie. I've seen A Haunted House, good movie. I've seen the sequel, not on the channel, so those movies are still coming to the channel also, in the future later, but I'm more forgotten about movies because I'm also gonna watch Bridgeco today. They have dropped a reaction with Pillar for A Haunted House, so obviously I'm gonna watch that one. And it's funny because I just watched Paranormal Activity, so it's gonna be even more fun. I've seen the South Park version, with Dr. Janice. If you haven't seen the episode, I'm not gonna spoil you, who Dr. Janice is, but we already, if you have seen South Park, we know who Dr. Janice is, and we know him actually for a long time before this episode even came out. Before that episode came out, we knew him as somebody else. Kind of spoilers, but so yes, I'm familiar with that, and Butters even says it. Oh, it's just like Paranormal Activity. And then you see him, piss on first stare, then piss on him, and then beat him up before he runs out of Potter's room. I've also seen the Scary Movie franchise, so they also referenced this a bit in Scary Movie 5, and I think the opening of Scary Movie 4 maybe with Charlie Sheen. Was it the fourth opening or was it the fifth opening of Scary Movie that they did Paranormal Activity with Lindsay Lohan and Charlie Sheen. I can't remember for sure, but Scary Movie is also coming to the channel when part 6 is being dropped and available. We're gonna watch the whole franchise, so don't worry about that one. It's coming, and I'm pretty familiar with Scary Movie. I kind of grew up with those movies. I still remember watching the first one, and then the ending came. I hope that the sequel, Scary Movie 2, would continue with the first one, but obviously it didn't. So I was kind of, oh man, but not disappointed because Scary Movie 2 was also fun. So, yes, I'm quite familiar with them, and when we come there, hopefully we've seen every movie that they referenced, because I obviously want to see every movie that they referenced before we see a scary movie. So, we're probably gonna do that one, first we're gonna watch every movie that they reference, then we're gonna watch a scary movie, so pour it all out. I'm obviously gonna look it up myself too, but pour it all out, and we're gonna sprinkle it here and there over the year. Maybe years. Maybe we're gonna watch it in 2027 instead of next year. I think next year they're gonna drop it. So there's a big chance that we're gonna watch it in 2027 or maybe even 2028. If I can still do this, I'm not gonna explain why, but there's maybe a chance that in the future this channel is coming to an ending, not because I want to, but just the circumstances made it coming to an end. Back to the movie. This is always such a stupid question. Is anybody there? Yeah, dude, the burglar is gonna answer. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'm here, sorry, I'm going. Dude, obviously, if somebody breaks in and you ask, is anybody there? Nobody's gonna answer, that's obvious, come on, Jesus Christ. I get it, it's just a reflex, but it's such a stupid reflex, for is anybody there? Well, your girlfriend is next to you, you're here, so there's supposed to be nobody, And it would be obvious if there is somebody, they're not gonna answer. It's like a hide and seek. Is anybody there? If you're playing hide and seek, you're not gonna ask for, hey, where are you? Because they're hiding. So if they hear you waking up, they're going into hiding, or they're gonna get the fuck out of there, or maybe the third option, which is the most, the worst option, they're coming after you. But it's just such a stupid question to ask. But like I said, I get it. It's on reflex, from is anybody there, or whatever, some question like that, Mika is such a fucking retard, what was it, Mr. Fredericks, Dr. Fredericks say, no Ouija board, don't try to communicate with it. What does the motherfucker do? And she, what was her name? Young couple, was Katie? I think Katie, or Kate. She made him promise not to buy a Ouija board. And I called it. I knew it and I called it. For, oh yeah, he's gonna say for, oh yeah, I didn't buy one, I borrowed one. And what did he say? I didn't buy one, I borrowed one. And he thought that he was, name some famous, exorcist guy, he thought he was Johnny Exorcist, Hey, I'm gonna figure this shit out and I'm gonna make it leave by looking up on the internet what I should do. Well, Dr. Fredericks recommended a demonologist who didn't came in this movie. So how about instead of a DIY, you call a fucking specialist? That was recommended by another specialist. I would say you go immediately for that instead of doing the DIY stupid retarded shit, yo? Because you're only making shit worse, and he only made shit worse. Oh, yo, I'm gonna film everything. Was his first idea. Oh, I'm borrowing a Ouija board, not buying it. Was his second idea. And the third idea was, oh, I'm gonna use powder on the floor and see footsteps. Well, that worked, because they found footsteps, but what are you gonna do with that information now? Okay, he walked through it. What now? What's your brilliant idea that's gonna fix this with powder on the floor? And that thing stepping through it. It's not stepping, it's not stepping in it, and then disintegrates into nothingness. Dude, Mika, you're a fucking retard, And him being killed was his own fault. People you're maybe not agreeing with it, but him dying was 100% his own fault. Provoking that thing. Yeah, that's something that you should do. That you really should do, It spooks you, it scares you. So let's provoke it. Then it will go away. Jeez. I have to say the effects in this movie were cool. I have to say that, yeah. I have to give props to, the effects were cool. And in the last half hour, there was a part for where Katie said, I'm done, I'm going, and she went downstairs. And for Mika, come, he is still upstairs with the camera. And what does he do? He walks to the bathroom, to the guests, probably the guest room, to the guest bathroom, or just the main bathroom, that's not attached to their personal bedroom, to the master bedroom. He goes to there, and what does he do? He looks behind the curtains. What was your plan, dude? What was your plan? Because you saw on camera that thing making footsteps. Did you saw a body? No! So why the fuck are you looking behind the shower curtain? It's a fucking ghost or demon. It's invisible. Why are you looking behind the curtain? It's not like, it's on... Hey, I'm showering here, What was your big idea with that? Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, I hate to say this, but I'm kind of glad that he's dead. Well, he was gonna die either way in all three endings, and even in the fourth ending, that is not even filmed. So, he was gonna die either way. But I'm glad, because now he's not coming back. Because Jesus Christ, what decisions that he made, jeez. But let's do some trivia before I'm gonna give you my final rating. The actors weren't given scripts, but were given guidelines on how to behave or what to discuss in the scenes. Well, that's cool. That actually want to make me want to watch it again. Oh wait, I'm gonna watch it in reaction form, so never mind, I'm gonna watch it again. I'm gonna watch from Pucker and Cinnabinch. But yeah, I kind of like that. You know what? That's actually a very good idea. You know what? If you don't follow me for for kind of while, and if you haven't seen some videos from me, some I have an idea for my own short film, and I have four books here that kind of hopefully gonna help me make the short film for filmmaking, digital filmmaking for kids, screenwriting, and 3D printing. Um, and I've kind of my own idea, but did this thing actually from not having a script, but just having the guidelines and giving a bit of a fake thing from okay, you just make up your own dialogue. We're filming, you make up your own dialogue, and we give you a kind of a like I said, guideline to how to behave. How to behave. In this scene, you're terrified. You know, because this, and this happens, and you make up your own dialogue. Maybe you just scream. Maybe you go, what the fuck is happening? Or it's good. I kind of like it. So yeah. Um, Second one, Steven Spielberg convinced the filmmakers to change the original ending. Really? I'm curious what the filmmakers would have made as ending then. Um, Filming completed in 10 days. This movie was completed with filming in 10 days. That wow. You know, and I actually, I also plan to not film for a very long time. So, 10 days, that's pretty good, 10 days. Very nice, very nice, Yeah. That's, oh, wait. There's so many more that I haven't read yet. Is he Monty Python? When Mika is walking around with the microphone trying to get an EVP recording, he asks, "What is your quest? What is your what?" Did I miss that? Because I would definitely pick that up. I think I just missed that. He asked, "What is your favorite? What's your quest? What is your favorite color?" Well, this is a quote from Monty Python and Holy Grail, and is taken from the Bridge of Death scene where the bridge keeper asks Lancelot, "What is your name? What's your quest? What's your favorite color?" I think I missed that. Oh, I see something about my country. Though the format is discontinued in the United States, this film received a VHS release in the Netherlands. Alright, I didn't know that. Because, and I've watched it. The death metal band on the television in the first shot from the film is Discord. From San Diego performing the song Consume the Forsaken. So if you like metal, there you go. That was the first band on that we saw. Included among the 1001 movies you must see before you die, edited by Steven Schneider. All right. Huh. All the actors share their first names with the characters they portray. Hmm. It beat Saw 6 to the top of the box office charts, effectively bringing about the end of the Saw franchise. Jeez. Shot on a budget of 50,000. Look at I got it. I got my first, the question about the camera. Shot on the budget of 15,000. The camera cost 3,000. I was kind of close with $5,000. But it was probably back then in 2007. It probably, or 2006, I don't know. Oh, wait. They filmed it in 10 days. But I don't know how long the editing took. So, well, probably the same year. So, this is uh, 18 years ago. So it probably 18 years ago cost $3,000. The camera cost $3,000. The post production cost coming in at 215,000 were more expensive than the entire shoot. Yeah. Jesus. The post production was definitely 10 times more than the shooting of the movie itself. Jesus Christ. Shot out of sequence. But that's basically it. There's lots and lots and lots more trivia here. Oh, the entire movie was filmed in Oren Pali's own home. Oren Pali shot the entire film with a home digital camera. Hmm. Yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. This is a very long review. This movie was alright. You know, I didn't like the character, Mika's character. I didn't like him. He was just really retarded. In this movie, just really provoking the demon or whatever it is. Really? Jeez. Yeah, the movie was alright. So I give the high 3, low 4. The trivia was nice, but it just, I kind of expected more, a bit more scary, because because I don't like paranormal. I thought, still a bit, but yeah, the spookiness was definitely very, very low. On the spooky scale, I would give this a 1 out of 5. It was not spooky at all. It was not scary at all. Just if you're absolutely terrified of paranormal shit, yeah, you probably don't like this, But I wouldn't call this really, a spooky paranormal movie. It was just more, I've seen worse, but I've definitely seen worse on the channel. Yeah, we've done the Human Centipede on the channel. We've done a Serbian film on the channel, so I've definitely seen worse, more scary, more gory, more like. But yeah, high 3, low 4. Yeah. Leave likes. Recommend the good. I hate to ask this, but a good paranormal movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, come join Discord. I definitely have seen one paranormal movie, but I don't know if it's Paranormal Activity. Maybe it's part 4. No. I've definitely seen one version of it. No, maybe not Paranormal Activity, but I've seen one paranormal movie, and it was with I think with a Mexican family, definitely Latino family, a Latin family, I mean, and there was a scene that he pulled some black thing from his eye, or black like string or something, you know. And there was something with cleansing with eggs. You know, the umbrella, you know, cleansed them with eggs. If you know that specific scene and you know from which movie it is, put down below in the comment section because I can't remember which movie it was, but I've seen it in the theaters, and that's that scared the fuck out of me. That yeah, the movie, not the cleansing with the eggs, but the whole movie scared the fucking shit out of me. I was the whole time, yeah. But we watched it because my sister wanted to watch it. I want to watch Bros Before Hoes, which is a Dutch movie. I want to watch that movie. But no, she wants to watch that paranormal movie. And I thought, okay, let's do it. I was scared to death, dude. I couldn't sleep. But if you know which movie it is, where which paranormal movie that has a Latin family, and and maybe an umbrella that uses eggs to cleanse or something with eggs, and I don't just an egg within the shell, chicken eggs, something, I don't know which of that movie that was, but recommend a paranormal movie down below in the comment section. I don't know how far the Conjuring is gonna go with the whole franchise, but it's coming to the channel. Don't worry. Subscribe to the channel. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Come join Discord. Subscribe to my second channel, Underdog Eats, where we do food and drinks. Also from time to time we do some hot sauce and some alcohol. And I have a third channel, Underdog Reacts, where we do primarily music. So check them out, link down below in the description. But I'm gonna leave it at that. I'll see you guys later for I'll see you guys tomorrow for Paranormal Activity 2 and Blackadder episode 5. I know I should have dropped it yesterday. I haven't watched it yesterday. It's now 8:40 and I still have to eat dinner. So we're gonna watch it tomorrow. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna leave that. I'll see you guys next time.